Hello, this is Sean Winters, Digital Coach for Union County. I wanted to work with us in Sheets. We're going to do some fact sheets. So right now I'm going to give the example of multiplication fact sheets, but we can adapt this to just about anything. So I'll show you what I'm kind of thinking when I'm working with this. I've got values put in, and I'll show you how I've built everything, but my goal was to have it where if a student is working on some math facts and they put in a value, they get immediate result and say, okay, well that wasn't right, let me try again, and okay, that's clearly right, and I can move on. And it doesn't matter order. If I know this one, I can jump around a little bit. And so this is just basic addition one, and then I have 3-level addition, subtraction. We even have multiplication in here where I get the feedback on there. And you can keep building this. I don't know why that's a smaller font. You can keep building this up until you get even higher, 320, and you see our values. So how am I doing this? Well, I'll do a little breakdown onto each piece. First bit, this is waiting for a result, and I'm actually using the format, conditional formatting, and then there's actually a custom formula. So this is normally the drop down that you would see on here. And what this is just going to tell is with a specific result, do this color. So the formula I have on here is if E2, which is right here, if E2 equals the sum of A2 and C2, then I want it to be true or false. Normally with if statements you would have, I want it to say this, or I want it to perform this. Well, this is saying true or false. Now, if it's true, it's going to turn it green. If it's false, it's going to do nothing. That's why it's kind of waiting in the red right now. And so right now it's red, but if it's true, it's going to turn it to green. If it's false, it's not going to do anything. And we could write in a second one that was saying, you know, if not the sum of this, then change it. And we could do that, and potentially can go back and do that. And so I'll show you how to type up one of these, and then the feedback is actually the full if statement. So it's the same thing again. I'll explain this part here in a second, but if E2 right here is the sum of A2 and C2, then I want you to say great work. If it's not, then we're going to try it again. I have this is blank, then be blank. If I take that off, I'll show you what happens. Too many parentheses. It's going to say try again because it's assuming this is wrong because it's blank, and in Excel or Google Sheets it recognizes that as 0, and so if we multiply that out, then it's saying blank is 0. Well, I don't want that. I want it to say if it's blank, then I want it to be blank, but if it's not blank, then I want it to perform this. And so we got a double if statement. So I can, under the comment section, description section, I can drop this formula in so you can see that and copy it and modify it however you want. Just change the wording on here. If you want it to be a capital W, then you can change that. So how we build these. Let me get a new sheet. And we'll do just a real basic addition one, and I'm going to go ahead and steal my headers if y'all don't mind on that, just so I don't have to type all that out again. So on my first value, I can make up whatever I want, so I can continue this. I want to say 20, and I'll do a subtraction one this time. 20 subtract 12 equals, equals. Now you'll encounter this where it doesn't like having that in there. If you need to do it, you can say, use the equation system. So I want to say equals, quotation line, equal, quotation, and then that's going to view it as text. I'm surprised it allowed me to do that one, but normally like a plus sign. Plus sign would be looking for something. I don't know why the subtraction isn't, but it works out okay. So now this is where I do the conditional formatting. So I want to know the results of that, so I'm going to say format, conditional formatting, and then if I knew a specific value, I could go ahead and program it in, but I want this to be where I can change it frequently. So I'm going to say custom, and then I want to say equals if E2, that's the cell I'm looking at currently, E2 equals the sum, I know I'm not doing sum here, it's actually the difference, but won't matter, of A2 minus C2, and close that parenthesis, comma. If that is true, then what do I want it to happen? Well, I want it to mark it as true. If it is false, I want it to say so. And we'll pick a different color this time. I want it to be, let's turn it blue. Well, that's too blue. I'll hide our text. Let's do this blue. And then I just hit enter. Oh, close the parenthesis. And then that's done. So if I type in 20 minus 12, if I say that is 19, nothing happens. But if I say that is 8, then it turns blue and it marks it as correct. So I have that now. The next part is my feedback, and it's pretty much that same formula again, so I can paste that in here. I saw that pasted. But I want to say, if I get it right, then I want it to say text, so I do a quotation. Let's say way to go. But if it's not, then I'll say, are you sure? And so once again, if I change that to something else, it's marking it as are you sure? But I don't want it to be, if it's blank, I don't want it to still say are you sure? So I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to say if, parenthesis, is blank for E2, then I want it to be just a blank statement, comma. There we go. And once again, you can turn this, go ahead and turn this red or gray or whatever, and then when someone actually types in something, you'll get your comment. And then as I want to add more problems, I just extend this down. Now, what I did to get my values, I actually did equals random between, and I did between the numbers of 0 and let's say 15 on this one. I sent that down. I'm going to go ahead and copy that over to this line. But every time I do something, it's going to change. So if I say 15 minus 15 and type in 0, well, you see my problem actually changed before I got a chance to do anything. Now you're curious why this is turning blue. 12 minus 12 is 0. It's viewing a blank as 0. So you have those kind of giveaways every now and then. But what I can do now is copy all this, Control copy, and if I hit Control Shift V, it won't paste the formula, but it'll just paste the value. And so I can do random here. I want to highlight and do Control copy, then Control Shift V, and then I don't want those to be given away, so I'm going to go through and change these to where they're not giving away an answer. So now anywhere I look, 15 minus 11 is 4. Way to go. If I got it wrong, there it goes. Now, you'll notice on this, I've gotten rid of a lot of the text. Like I said on one of my previous videos, I really like the add-on that's crop sheet, and then just crops down the data, and it doesn't use any of that extra. And then if I wanted to do 2 columns of this, I can just insert to the right, I can copy, paste, and then I've got 2 columns of this, and I change up the numbers and I have more on the same sheet. If I'm doing something that wants a specific answer, let's say I condense this down a little bit, and I say what state, no, what state is water at and under 32 degrees? I should say Fahrenheit in there. And so on this, we're looking for a specific answer. So text contains, and then you'll type in your specific answer. Variations on spelling and stuff might get you, but you can type that in and say, you know, it is ice, or we can say, I wish you could do comma, but this is one of those things you might have a word bank or something that you want to work off of, and so that'll work there where it's looking for that as the answer. And then same thing for feedback is you're looking for text instead of formula. But neat little trick that you can do and easily adapt. Just let me know if there's anything I can do for you guys, and just keep me informed on any tricks or anything you want to see. And thank you for your time.